나처럼 groovy하게 나처럼 groovy하게.
Since the stars have aligned and we are getting twice Blackpink and Red Velvet comebacks in the summer time frame, I thought it would be fun to make a prediction video sharing what I think each release will entail. When I talk about each group, I'll share my thoughts both on what I would personally love to hear from them and what I think would actually happen for the comeback. Without further ado, let's just dive into the video. This is probably the group that I'm least picky about for their comeback. As much as I like Twice's cute concepts, I don't want them to do another cute concept. I feel like the members seemed a bit tired of doing them, and plus I've loved seeing the growth of the members in terms of having a hand in the creation of some of their songs from their more mature albums. I really don't think that they will do a cute concept though. Other than that, I just want the song to be a bop, but Twice doesn't usually disappoint me in that aspect. As long as it's not a copy and paste of any of their old concepts, I think I'll be pretty satisfied. I will say though that this time their stylists better not do Junghyun dirty though. Twice has already confirmed that their 9th mini album will be released on June 1st. Based on the preview pictures for the mini album, the color scheme reminds me of Yes or Yes and seems to indicate a somewhat darker concept than usual. I don't think they're going to veer off into girl crush territory or go even further off into Dreamcatcher land, but I feel like the teasers that they will release will try to trick us into thinking that this concept is darker than it actually is. I think that the concept is going to end up being more elegant, like with Feel Special, but with a somewhat more mysterious tone. My guess is that it might have something to do with royalty, perhaps along the lines of G-Idol's Lion in terms of styling. Basically, if there's one image from a Twice music video that sums up how I think this concept will be, it's those shots of Junghyun with the rose in Fancy. I don't think they've specified a track list yet, but I think the mini album will have 6 to 7 songs, mostly being heavily pop, but perhaps including a ballad. I also feel like this will end up being the most intense choreography from any Twice song, and I feel like they'll also invest even more into the production of the music video as well. Personally, I'm hoping for Blackpink to release something between Whistle and As If It's Your Last. I'd be really happy if this song combined the confidence and sexiness of Whistle with the fun, summery energy of As If It's Your Last. The best way I can think of describing it is like a Sistar release, but more girl crush. I want this to be a girl power anthem without relying on the same structure that Do 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 and Kill This Love had. Also, I'd love if we could go back to Whistle and As If It's Your Last era styling, or even outfits similar to the ones that they wore during their Coachella performance. As for the potential album, I'm still really hoping that we'll get an actual full-length album. I think if they do have a full album, it would be cool to see them giving each of the members a solo within that album, like with 21's To Anyone album. That way, YG could test the waters and help them develop their own styles as soloists before officially preparing the members for solo debuts like they claimed they would. As for the rest of the album, I'd love to see a range of songs from both the Black and the Pink sides, with maybe one ballad thrown into the mix. I also think it would be really cool if they had another YG rapper feature on a track in the album, maybe GD since he's back from the military, or Mino. The possibilities are endless, but I don't have enough faith in YG that they'll turn this into a reality. When it comes to YG Entertainment, I'm definitely a major cynic, so my expectations for this comeback aren't that pleasant. I'm really hoping that this doesn't happen, but I feel like we might get another song similar to Do 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 here. I'm almost confident that Teddy Park will be producing all of these songs, and I think he's a good producer, but there's only so much versatility you can have when making music, and I'm just concerned that this title track is going to sound really similar to the other stuff he's produced in the past for Blackpink. As of recording this, they haven't confirmed a comeback date yet, but I think they'll make their return towards the later half of June, since at least I have enough faith in YG to believe that they won't make them come back at the exact same time Twice does. I also feel like we're not going to get the full album at this point. I'm guessing that we will have 1 to 2 more songs than their last mini album though. I still think that one of the tracks is just going to be a remix of the title track though. For the concept and styling, I again think it's going to fall along the lines of something similar to Kill This Love. I really hope that they end up switching things up, but I just don't really have a lot of confidence in YG anymore. Although Jennie and Jisoo seemed excited about this comeback, so I could definitely be wrong, and I want to be wrong. So, Red Velvet hasn't officially confirmed a comeback for this year as of making this, but SM announced that Sugi and Irene would debut as Red Velvet's first subunit. I think that this debut will likely happen sometime in the middle or the end of June. I really wasn't expecting this subunit to happen since SM never officially debuted any subunits for FX or SHINee, so I guess I don't even know exactly what I'd want to see. Oddly enough, I guess I'm more particular about the choreography and the styling for this debut than the music itself. I definitely have confidence in Red Velvet's members to release something that I like, but I just really hope that this concept is something that fits Irene and Sugi in particular. I think it would be awesome if they could do another choreography like Be Natural. I think it really showed off both their strengths as dancers, especially with Irene, since smooth, graceful movements seem to be more up her alley than sharp, powerful ones in some of their Red concepts. As for the rest of Red Velvet, I'd love it if they would make a comeback sometime in the later part of summer with another special album like The Red Summer or Summer Magic. Red Velvet are this generation's queens of the summer, and I definitely would love to see them release the song of the summer once again with a red concept. I'd also really like to see them having another styling area like Ice Cream Cake, but with more bold colors instead of pastels. I'm hoping for a mini album with at least 5 songs. I'm also definitely hoping that Wendy will be able to perform by then, but if she isn't, it's totally fine if she sits out of the promotional period. I definitely don't think that the new subunit will be a cute concept. If I had to take a guess, I'd say that their debut will probably be more like their older Velvet style, with a title track like Automatic. My guess is that the title track will be more jazz-influenced, with a great emphasis on the choreography of the song. I'm pretty sure they'll debut with a mini album, maybe with 4 to 5 songs. I think that these songs are going to be relatively slower paced with lots of retro influences, similar to some of the B-sides on their Perfect Velvet album, or similar to some of Luna's mini albums. The styling will be something very classy and timeless to fit along with this theme. For the rest of Red Velvet, I think they'll come back either at the end of July or in August with a red concept. Like last year, however, I think they'll release a regular mini album instead of a summer special, although I do see the title track remaining very poppy and upbeat, and being generally well-liked as a summer song. I feel like something funky is going to happen with their styling again, though. Red Velvet stylists sometimes do a fantastic job, and sometimes they do their members completely dirty. Overall, I think that all of these groups are going to be incredibly successful in their comebacks. I do foresee some overlap between their promotional periods, so maybe we'll get to see some interactions with them on music shows, but it won't be so similar that it'll hurt their chances at music show wins. I think that Twice will end up having the most successful comeback in terms of sales and wins, but all 3 groups will see good results. I'm curious to know what you guys think though, so let me know some of your comeback predictions down below.